Today I want to talk about one of the best advices for dancers ever given. And this advice is not coming from me, it's coming from Michael Jackson himself. So I believe whether you are a ballroom, Latin, ballet, modern, jazz, hip-hop dancer, if you are an aspiring dancer that wants to achieve success, wants to have a great career, wants to participate in competitions, audition, wants to make it to the stage, you really should understand what Michael Jackson meant. And when I travel around the world doing workshops for dancers or working one-on-one, what really surprises me is not many dancers know about this advice, heard about it. Even less dancers actually ponder and were analyzing what he meant. And even less dancers were able to apply this in their own dancing. So let's get back to the core of this video, which is what's the advice. So Michael Jackson said, the biggest mistake of the dancers is thinking. So let me repeat that. The biggest mistake of the dancers is thinking. So what the hell did he mean? When I heard it first time, I was like, what does it mean? Does it mean I have to have a low IQ to be a great dancer? I have to stop using my brain? No, this is not what he meant. He was talking about something really profound, and to really grasp, understand what he meant and be able to actually apply it in your own dancing, you have to understand how your brain works and how your brain processes the information. So without going deeply into neuroscience, neurobiology, psychology, without all of this, because you don't need that to be successful dancers, but you need to understand the basics. And the basic is your brain is built from three different parts. They say three different brains. So there is like neocortex, which is this part right here, and it's responsible for thinking, analyzing, perceiving informations. This part of this part of the brain you are using when you're learning a new choreography, when you're looking at the teacher and you're trying to catch the routine. You're thinking, you're analyzing, you're registering, you're memorizing things. But this part is also responsible for when you look around and you compare yourself to other dancers and you think, oh, they're better than me, you're analyzing, comparing, you're judging. That's also this part of the brain. And it's great when you use this part of the brain at the beginning of the process, but it's not very good when you use it later on. So once you grasp the new routine, new steps, you have to draw it deeper into your brain, into your mind, into the part that is called limbic brain. And that's where the limbic brain, that's where all the emotions and feelings are. So that's where you take a dry piece of steps or choreography or technique, which is just mechanical, and you mix this with emotions. You mix and you blend with feelings. That's where your dance routine becomes alive. That's when it becomes unique, because you are putting and blending that steps, that choreography with your own feelings, your own emotions, your personal part, your unique part. And that's where the dancing starts to come alive. But that's not the end. Michael Jackson was talking about even deeper level. And that's the part which is responsible for taking that dancing and driving that even deeper into your brain, into reptilian part, which is located just right there. So when you drive that information there, you activate some other force, and that force is called instinct. And that's where you're not anymore just, understanding the steps, grasping them logically. It's not even where you're feeling them, but it's where you become the piece. You become the routine, you become the piece, you become the music, you become the movement, you blend. And that's the part Michael Jackson was talking about. And that level is possible only when you actually shut down the first part of the brain, which is thinking, analyzing, comparing, judging, worrying, stressing. If that part is still active while you dance, while you perform, it takes too much of processing power of your brain, takes too much attention and focus. You cannot be really in the moment, in the movement. You cannot really be completely 100% aware of your body, of space, of music, because that part that is still analyzing takes away so much processing power of your brain. So basically, this is what Michael Jackson was talking about. He was saying the biggest mistakes of dancers is thinking, and the part of the brain responsible for thinking is your neocortex, is your prefrontal lobe, which is this part right here. So in order to achieve the deepest level, the highest level of dancing, you need to learn how to shut it down. And once you shut it down, the experience is amazing, because then there is no worry anymore, there is no stress, there is no comparing, there is no judging others, there is no judging yourself. It's just this silence, this amazing space suddenly appears. And because this space appears, it's completely filled with music, with emotions, with expressions. That's when you reach the highest level of your dance artistry. So it took me many years when I was dancing, competing, performing on stage. Took me many years to understand that, to grasp what he meant, what Michael Jackson meant, and then to experiment with different techniques and methods to achieve that level. I was very fortunate to experience that before I retired and finished my dance career. And that was the best, the biggest reward I could ever achieve. That feeling, that space, that experience was much more rewarding than all the championship titles I won, or even all the biggest stages of the world I was able to perform on. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was really great, that was very satisfying and rewarding, but being able to experience what Michael Jackson was talking about, that was the best thing that could happen to me. And I really wish that experience to every dancer. So if you want to learn more about this, if you are ready to experience dancing on the highest level, I invite you to check out my website and learn more. And I see you there.